Nothing. Hello everyone, welcome back to MotorFiles episode 18. This is dirt vlog number 3. This one's a really interesting video. I definitely learned a lot about my riding style and some modifications I need to make to the Funduro in order to keep on doing these dirt vlogs. This ride really tested me. We went out with the North Sound Dual Sport Riders, their Facebook group, who put on, I believe, monthly events or periodic events where they go out on a big ride. This one was led by Mike. I forgot his last name, but I'll give him a shout in the description down below. 39 people showed up on this ride. We had to split up in 2 groups, and he took us out into the Darrington concrete area up in the North Sound. We went on Forest Service Road 17 and 18, and then 410, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It was an awesome day. We ended up at Whitehorse Pass, had some lunch, and just all around had a great time. I went through some crazy obstacles. I even dropped my bike, as you saw in the beginning. More on that later. So without further ado, let's get to the video, and hopefully you enjoy dirt vlog number 3. I forgot my microphone, so I'm going to record over this. Here we are at the staging area. 38 bikes, tons of KTMs, as you can see that lineup, hanging out, and we're going to get ready and go. Let's go for a rip. One thing you'll notice at the beginning of this video is a lot of these clips, it's super dusty. It hadn't rained in a couple of days. Bear with me. I know it might be hard to see around some of these turns, but it will get better, I promise. Might be hard to see because of the angle of this video, but there's actually a creek on the right over there. We had to stop and let the group catch up. Because there's 38 riders or 39 riders, we had to split up in 2 groups. So I hadn't been on the trail before, so I didn't want to go with the faster group, so I ended up going with the slower group, which was totally fine. I was just kind of towards the front. Okay, this was so sick. Look at that thing, an off-road smart car. Are you kidding? I need one so bad. Might have been the coolest vehicle I saw all day. We were maybe 30 to 45 minutes into riding up Forest Service Road 17, and every time I took a turn I kept looking down like that, and it turns out that there was a stick that was stuck in my foot peg, and it was grinding against the dirt as I took turns and kept on rubbing on my boot, and I could not figure out what it was until Mike came over and kicked it. First kind of water break with the whole group. Beautiful, about halfway up Forest Service Road 17. Nice to catch your breath, and we got some water and then back on the bike for some more fun, more ripping on the trails. There was kind of a lot of cool different variety of bikes, like here's a Touareg, a lot of KTM 890s. I was the only Funduro. So anyway, back on the bike. We are hydrated and ready to keep ripping. This section of Forest Service Road 17, back 2/3, and most of Forest Service Road 18 was so beautiful. Little dusty, but it opened up from like a really heavily wooded area to a lot of these open areas with a great view of the surrounding hills. I definitely will come back and ride this road again. It was really nice to, you know, kind of just see the complexity of the terrain. As you can see on the right, there's some huge hills. And the gravel was really nice. They did grade it recently, so it was a little slick, but we managed. All right, enough of me yapping. Enjoy some dirt vlog ASMR. I'm gonna crank up the music. Alright, I lied, I'm back. What I thought was a puddle, that was a mud hole. Kind of jarred me a little bit, but we're fine. We held on tight. LOL, so this is Nick. We've seen him on the channel before. He dropped his glove and then he couldn't figure out how to put his kickstand down. So he was actually the first one to drop his bike. I didn't stop for him. He can get his glove on his own. He's a big boy. Back to riding. This is one of my favorite spots at this part of the trip. It just opens up this beautiful meadow with the hills and the mountains off in the distance. So amazing. And the trail was definitely cooperating. A lot of woods, nice and cool, and then would open back up again. Looks like they're doing some clear cutting here. It is a logging road after all. Now we've made it to our second water break between Forest Service Roads 17 and 18 to catch up with the rest of the group. Little did I know it was about to get a lot more challenging, and no one gave me a warning. Stay tuned, you'll like this. Now for the first major obstacle, the infamous ruts. As you can see, they're pretty deep and kind of kick me around. What you want to do in this scenario is throttle on, lean back, and try to make your bike as light as possible to get over the obstacle. Ruts are one of those obstacles when you're riding off-road that can definitely catch you off guard, and it's really important, especially for new riders, to try to hit as many ruts as you can. Having those tools in your toolbox will make you a much more confident and safer rider. Here's another one, not really an obstacle. You can see Mike point at it. right there. That's a hole in the trail, like a sinkhole that's about, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet deep. Another thing to pay attention to is you definitely want to look ahead while you're riding, but also you want to make sure that what's directly in front of you isn't going to catch your front wheel. Alright, up here is where I kind of made a little bit of mistake. I'm coming in a little too hot for this corner, especially for the condition of my tires. I'm trying to rear brake and accidentally locked up the front wheel, lost momentum, and tipped the bike over. Kind of a rookie move. Haven't really done this before. I'm usually better about it, but you know, even you catch yourself sometimes. The angle of the hill made it kind of a pain in the ass to pick the bike up. I could have got it. Always make sure to grab that kickstand, which I'll do right here. That way you have something to pull your bike up against. And then it's always good to ride with buddies. Nick comes over in a minute and helps me out. There he comes. Looks like Neil Armstrong on the moon with his little suit on. Anyway, he helps me pick up the bike and we got it back up. Do a little quick damage report. Looks like everything's good, just twisted that cheap Chinese peg. Everything's fine, nothing expensive broke. The fun part here now is this is a carbureted machine, so you can flood the engine when you tip it over. You'll see here when I try to start it, I may have an issue. Turn the ignition on. And it's cranking, it's not wanting to start. Best thing to do in this scenario, and for future me to take notes, as I did not make the right judgment, is when you flood the motor, you want to induce a little bit more air to account for the extra fuel that's in the carburetors and the cylinders. So actually the best thing would be to turn off my gas, not have the choke on like I did here, and open up the throttle, modulate the throttle, get some more air in there, and eventually the bike should kick off. Obviously you want to be careful because when you're out in the woods like this, you don't want to drain the battery too much messing around trying to start it. So having the proper procedure when you accidentally flood the engine is good. And if you have a carbureted bike, this is something you're going to have to deal with, so practice with that. But as you see, we got it fired off, everything went great. And I learned a lot of things right there. You know, you're always learning no matter how long you've been riding. So take everything with a grain of salt and learn from every mistake that happens. is the last clip I got on my helmet cam, but here we are at White Horse Pass. Absolutely gorgeous. I believe it's half the group that's there. Don't quote me on that, but just an epic view. And then we also ended up at the top of, I think it's 410 or 430. I'll put it in the description. Back in the HQ, definitely some challenging obstacles. That rut was crazy. I got bounced around a ton. Not included in that video were a lot of mud holes and puddles on the third part of the ride. Unfortunately, my SD card filled up on my GoPro, so I didn't really get to capture the entire ride, but I got as much as I could, and you know, that's just kind of how it goes with those things. Definitely will improve the setup moving forward. That being said, I've got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline with MotorFiles. Don't give up on me. It's been a little bit of radio silence lately, but that's because we're planning, we're scheming, and things are coming. I've got a new bike behind me that we're going to announce and do a full backstory next on the channel. So stay tuned for that if you like something cool and classic. I definitely recommend keeping an eye out for that video. I've got some more El Camino stuff coming, as always. There's always something going on with that project. We're going to keep them riding. We're going to keep on doing different types of vlogs. I'm going to dive into some more bike repair stuff coming up soon as well. So stay tuned for all of that. As always, we're riding, we're wrenching, we're having fun, telling stories, and just enjoying things that will explode and make noise. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your significant others. Blow up the channel. If you have any suggestions or want me to elaborate on anything, drop it down in the comments. I'll answer as best as I can. And I will see you on the next one.